Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Greetings to one and all present here. I am Dr. B. Shamreen Ahamed, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. Today I am here to give a lecture on the topic method overloading and method overriding using Java. So first let us start with what is method overloading. So we all know that while writing a Java program, what do? We have different functions, methods, constructors, class, objects and everything, right? So when we are going into the method overloading topic, we are going to have more than one method with the same name. So now what is this more than one method? So when we are having an entire program, the same method will be used multiple times with the same name. So that is method overloading. So another major constraint in this is we are going to have flexibility as well as readability. So how are we going to have this? So we'll just see that with an example. So now if you see, this is an example of method overloading. So we are going to add two integers in this, then add three integers and then add two double values. So first we are creating an object. So here we have public int add. So we are going to have an integer. So we are going to have two values in that, a and b. So how we are going to add this? We are going to return the values of a and b. Now similarly we are going to have another method here with same name. Add is there as well as add is here. So we are going to add three variables now, a, b and c. So when we are going to add a, b and c, again we are going to return the values of return a plus b plus c. Now in the third part, what are we going to do? We are going to use the same method. So now instead of integer, we are going to use a double value. So here we are going to have double a and double b, and now we are going to return the value of a and b. Now moving on to the main function. So in Java, we are going to use public static void main. We are creating the class name as calculator with the object as calc. So now we have created a new calculator object. So below that we are going to have three print statements. So like we all know, in Java we are going to use system.out.println. So the first one is we are going to add two integers. The second one we are going to add three integers, and the third one we are going to add the two double values. So now once we add all this, what are we going to get as the output? So before we go into the output part of it, I just want to come back with the same explanation one more time for a clearer understanding. So first we are creating a class in the name of calculator. We are going to add three times using the same method add. So initially we are adding two values, a and b. Then we are adding three values, three integer values, a, b and c. And in the third one we are going to add two double values, a and b. So now in the main method we are just creating the same calculator as calc, and we are going to print the output. So can you guess what the output is? So this will be the output of our program. So first it will give us the output of the first two integer values, then the three integer values that we wanted to add, and finally the two double values that we are going to add. So in this method overloading, what did we see? We are going to have the same method name wherever we are going to use in the program. Now moving on to method overriding. So method overriding, the difference is that here we are going to implement it such that the name will be different. So how will the name be different? The parameters that we are going to use, or what is it that is going to be different? So we are going to see that with an example, and also if you see here, it will have the same name, return type and parameters. So how are we going to see that? So this is the key points that we'll have to remember when we are using the method overriding. So in method overriding, same method should be used everywhere, and the second one is the access modifier, it shouldn't be restricted, and the third one is the at override annotation that is used to denote where we are going to override it in the program, and finally the dynamic method dispatch that will be resolved during the runtime. What will be resolved? The method calls will be resolved. So now again we will see it with an example. So here we are creating some program. So in this program, initially we are having a class in the name of animal. So this is our parent class or the base class or the superclass, like how we call it. So in this we are going to create the void sound. Okay, so what is this void sound? This is the method that we are creating, and below that we are giving some print statement as animals make a sound. So that is our class animals content. Now moving on to the subclass of it. So the subclass subclass of it is class dog. So whenever we are going to use this inheritance concept, that is when we are going to create a base class from the superclass, we are going to use the keyword extend. So from where are we using this subclass? We are going to use it from the class animal. So we are going to write it as extends animal. Now this is the place where we are going to use the method overriding. So how are we going to use? So just like how we use the public void sound, same method we are going to use public void sound here. The print statement is different. So here we have the print statement, animal makes a sound. Here we have dog bark. So there are two different print statements with the same method name. Okay, now moving on to the main class. So now when we move on to the main class, we are going to just create it as public. We are going to have the class name as main, and then we are going to create the main class. So in this, what are we doing? We are going to create the object again. So animal, my animal is equal to new animal. So that is the new object that we are creating. And again, if you see here, animal, my animal is equal to new animal, meaning another object we are creating. Same way with my dog here. Okay, we have a class name dog, we have a class name animal. So for both those, we are going to create the objects there. So now how will we know what the output will be? First, let us assume this my animal, we are going to associate it with the method name sound, and then my dog, we are going to associate it with the same method name. So one method name is here, one method name is here. If we are going to use animal, it will associate it with this value. If we are going to associate it with dog, it is going to use this method's value. Okay, we'll see what the output is. Just a quick recap of all that we have seen. So we are going to create a method in the name of sound. So we have created two classes, animal and dog. Both have the same method name sound. So now what happens? We are going to use the override method, that is overriding concept, and now we are going to infer the same in the main method. So what is our output going to be? First, the output will be animal makes a sound, because initially we used my animal dot sound, right? So wherever we are going to use the my animal dot sound, with that particular class it will go first, and then it will go to the second class. So the second one was dog dot sound, right? So the first one will be the output of the first class, and the second one will be the print statement that we are using it in the second class. So this is the concept of method overriding. So I hope this lecture gave you an idea of what method overloading and method overriding is. Looking forward to another video with you all. Thank you.